Hello everyone, TurtleAxe here, bringing you another AFK journey video. Now, Alpha Bear has finally arrived, and this is the sixth and final boss that we need to test Mikola against to see if she is viable. And up until this point, Mikola has pretty much been viable for every single Dream Realm boss, whether it be the Lone Gaze, as you can see here, or the Skyclops, as you can see here, King Croaker, Necro Dragon, and Snowstomper. It appears to me that both Lily May and Mikola tend to be viable in those 5 Dream Realm bosses. Now, there are 2 Dream Realm bosses, such as Snowstomper, for instance, where the other team tends to be more consistent, but as you can see from my personal best, I actually got my highest score with a Mikola. So what's awesome about Mikola is that she is able to provide so many offensive and defensive buffs for your team in the form of haste, in the form of attack percent, and this is in her innate kit. It is not a seasonal skill, so it's really nice. It makes her, I think, more future-proof in that regard. What I will begin first is with the Ludovic variant. Basically explain some things. Let's actually go ahead and start the battle. I'll slow this down so I can explain some things. So the thing about the Alpha Bear is that starting position really matters a lot, because the way Alpha Bear works is that he will slowly honey your heroes, beginning with the front row. As you can see, Frusto was the first one to be honeyed, and then next it'll be the ones behind the one range heroes, which in this case is Smokey. And then next I anticipate that Coco will be honeyed next, or Lily May, and then eventually it'll work his way all the way back to Ludovic. And anyone who is honeyed will have decreased healing, being received when they are healed. And this is why Coco is so important, because it doesn't appear that the shielding is affected by the honeying process. And because our heals at the Endless mode is reduced by 85%, so as such, bringing a triple healer formation with 1 or 2 hyper carries, the hyper carries being Lily May and to a lesser extent Frusto, is what allows this team to be viable. Now, I'll go ahead and accelerate this, because typically once all the allies are honeyed, then your allies start to die real quick. Like, as you can see right now, Smokey and Coco are starting to become on life support as I get closer and closer to 50 bill. And this team, original team, I would say is probably the most consistent. For me, I tend to average anywhere between 49 bill to 52 bill at the high range. And as you can see, just to show you the arcane charms, or the magic charms that I use, in case you are curious. Now, the kind of charms that you'll bring vary. You may be kind of wondering why I have the arcane charm on Coco. I have the arcane charm on Coco because the person who scored the highest with Mikola on my district was rocking this magic charm set, and so far I haven't had too much success with the Mikola variant, so I wanted to basically replicate his magic charm set to see if perhaps I achieve a higher score. So that was the original team, and let me just show you one more time the formation so you guys can copy it and give it a try. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the new team that I'm interested in trying out. Okay, so a couple of caveats about this team. First of all, this team, there's much more RNG. And this is actually the team, by the way, the formation. Now, the reason the formation is in this way is, remember what I said before about the honeying process. Basically, when the battle begins, the Frustos and Mikola will probably be honeyed at the exact same time because they are in the 1 range. And this is kind of the issue with this team, because the honeying process is accelerated, I think. I mean, I'm going to slow down the replay, and I'll just confirm that during the replay. We might as well do this now. So, the 1 range heroes will be honeyed first. So as you can see here, Mikola and the Frustos are honeyed. As a matter of fact, it appears to me that Lily May is honeyed too, which... Oh, I'm sorry. I think I might be getting the honeying confused with the yellow buff here. Okay, sorry, I stand corrected. Frusto and Mikola are honeyed right now. You can tell that from the bubbling honey that rises. And then Smokey is honeyed next. Right. The yellow glow underneath is actually the Courage Sphere buff from Mikola, which provides 40 haste for your allies. Okay. And then the nice thing with this kind of team is that you still have 3 healers, but your Mikola is going to be applying chunkier buffs compared to Ludovic. I mean, Ludovic, you don't really get any buffs from him, but what you get is really bursty heals, which is quite nice for surviving. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I think at this point, let me see. I'm just trying to tell who have been honeyed so far. Okay, so we're approaching around the 47 build mark is when heroes start to be on life support, which is actually happening. Yeah, I think it should happen any moment now. Okay, so we're at the 47 build mark. So you notice how we still have 23 seconds to spare. We still have plenty of time. The RNG with this team really depends on whether the heroes are able to survive it or not, if Coco is able to get her ult. And Coco did actually get her ult off before the heroes were within KO range, which means now we have exceeded the 50 bill. Now we're entering like the area where we could potentially get a very high score. If we score 53 bill with this team comp, then we're in very good shape. And I do have to point out that this is the first time that I swapped to the optimal Coco charm. And we have achieved a 53.8 bill score there. So, very cool. So, it seems to me, after talking to a bunch of people on Discord, both on Analytica as well as my personal Discord channel, it appears to me that while the range of scores with the Mikola team is wider, right? You could have a low, but you can also have a high. And in this case, I did achieve a high. I got a 53.8 bill, which as you saw now was a new high score for me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and copy formation, just in case that mattered. Maybe I put the heroes in the wrong spot without realizing. Okay, the Coco is behind Smokey this time, so maybe it was my placement. I'll need to check on the replay. I just ate lunch, so I have a little bit of a food coma. So if I position my heroes wrong, I apologize. This is how brain dead the copy pasta feature, the recommended formations feature, has made on my gameplay. Sometimes I don't use my brain half the time. Okay, it was probably a positional thing. I apologize. Maybe I'll delete that, or maybe that'll be an illustration of how positioning matters. Okay, so we are approaching another 53 bill, it looks like. 53.3 bill, okay. Okay, very cool. Let me do that one more time just so you guys know that this is not an accident. Okay, so just to make sure, let's just copy pasta. It may have been RNG, I'm not so sure. By the way, for those of you guys who own Mikola, do you think Mikola is worth it? And for those of you guys who don't, is there a reason why you're not pulling for Mikola? Do let me know in the comment section below. I'm curious, because I know people, even if they weren't ready for Lily May, splurged a little bit to get Lily May, but I think Mikola is a hero who, you know, because everyone prioritized Lily May, so they're skipping Mikola despite her being a really hot waifu, you know. Okay, so everyone's surviving until the end, so this could be an even higher score. Okay, yep. 54.1 bill, because everyone survived until the very end. Wow. Rank 1, guys, rank 1.